Hi everyone, Tim Walden here, and I'm going to share a little branding nugget with you from Walden's Brandography, the branding arm of Walden's Photography. What is a brand? Wow, what a broad question. I know Beverly and I get a chance in the photography world to travel and not just teach photography, but teach photographers how to succeed. And one of the greatest ways to do that is to build infrastructure and strength and purpose to their brands. But what is a brand? A lot of people think a brand is what you do. Photographers think the style of their photography is their brand. But it includes that, but it's not that. Plug in what you do, whatever that might be, whether you're a decorator, a chef, or whatever, and you think that being excellent at that is your brand. But I would beg to differ. Certainly being excellent at it is a significant part of your brand, but your brand's much broader than that. So what is a brand? Well, if you start searching what is a brand, you'll find a million different definitions. And what's funny is you would normally say, well, there's a million different definitions out there, so which one's right? Honestly, most of them are, because a brand is like an umbrella. It's much broader. I'm going to share with you a couple of quotes. Jeff Bezos with Amazon said, your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. That's a great way to look at it, because you get that broad stroke to what a brand is. And it's important that we understand what a brand is, because if we don't give it a proper understanding and proper attention, sometimes we can begin to crumble in certain areas because we think, oh, I'm really good at what I do, or I'm really friendly. But all of those things play into a broader brushstroke of who are you. When you walk out of the room, what do people say about you? What do they say about your company, that experience? All of those things play into your brand. Mark Cuban, I love this too, he said, focus on building the best possible business, and if you are great, people will notice and opportunities will appear. So certainly greatness is part of your brand. Being excellent is part of your brand. I tell photographers that being technically excellent is not a strong brand, but it makes the photography invisible. In other words, it's not about the photography, and it allows the message to rise to the top. You need to have excellent photography, excellent lighting and posing, and excellent connection with your clients as a photographer. But all that does, if you do this right, is it just makes the technical stuff invisible, and it allows the purpose and the message to come forward. Now plug in who you are and what you do. What are the things that you do, and then associate that same mindset of being technically excellent. That alone gives you a strong foundation, and that purpose will drive people. So he says people will notice and opportunities will appear. So we have to be very purposed in what we do. And Richard Branson, we all know who he is, amazing entrepreneur. He said, too many companies, and I love these words coming up at the end here, too many companies want their brands to reflect some idealized, perfected image of themselves. As a consequence, their brands acquire no texture and no character. I love the tactile wording there. It talks about it in a way that we can truly understand. It's just plastic. There's no texture and there's no character to it. So we have to have an authenticity. I know photography plays into that. It's one of the reasons we've built Brandography is it's so important that we add texture and character to our brands, not just that plastic, smooth, here we are, here's what we do. Brands have to be far more sophisticated today than that. Now, my definition, when Bev and I travel and teach, and this is really more about, I think, not only building, but maintaining a successful brand. Amazing brands, strong brands, form and fulfill people's expectations. Here's what we need to know. Everyone comes to you with an expectation. The question isn't whether you want them to, or are you really sure they do? Yeah, they come with an expectation. Everyone comes to you with an expectation. That's a given, because they have something in their mind and in their desire when they come to you of what they want. So I think the question becomes, who formed that expectation? Because if you didn't form it, you can't fulfill it. Right? Because it's not if you do fulfill it occasionally, it's just hit or miss, it's happenstance. So we don't want that to happen. So really successful brands, and especially speaking as a photographer, when I share with other photographers, come in building amazing experience and service and art and all of those things in a very defined and consistent manner, so that when people come, because of the redundancy of seeing your work and the redundancy of hearing all of your praises and understanding who you are and what you do, when they come to do business with you, right, that expectation has been formed by the things you've done and you continue to do, and they're like honed in, they're defined, and then fulfilling someone's expectation becomes very easy to do because you formed it. When you form that expectation, fulfilling it becomes very, very simple. But forming it takes a very purposed mindset. So this is why we're here at Walden's with Brandography. I hope this little nugget that I'm sharing with you today is helpful in some way. If you have photographic needs that we can help you in the branding world, please give us a call at Walden's, or just drop us an email at hellowaldens@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.